In 1900, the Ysgrifennwyd area was home to 52 mills in full production. During World War I, the Welsh woolen industry was employed in the war effort, producing blankets and uniforms for the armed forces. Welsh grey homespun known as Brethren Lloyd uniforms were commissioned by the War Office to give a nationalistic distinction to the new recruits of the new Welsh Army Corps formed during the war. After the war, 12 million yards of surplus flannel was sold on the open market by the government at ridiculously low prices, forcing woolen manufacturers to also cut their prices. Flannel shirts, for example, sold at 52 shillings a dozen in 1916. By 1923, the price had dropped to 38 shillings. The woolen manufacturers of West Wales failed to meet the changing conditions after the war, with some still producing inferior Angola as they had done during wartime. Most of the manufacturers still concentrated on production of flannel for shirts, vests and drovers, but demand for underwear flannel fell rapidly with the introduction of knitted underwear produced by the hosiery manufacturers of the East Midlands, Scotland and the north of England. On the 11th of July 1919, Cambrian Mills caught fire and the three-storey mill south building was destroyed. At the time of the fire, the mill manager, John Davis, was on holiday in Llandrindod, Wales with his family. His daughter, Nesta Morgan, remembers her father receiving a telegram at the hotel, but he was unable to read it as it was in English. A passing gentleman read the telegram telling him that part of the mill had been destroyed by fire. Her father was very upset and contacted David Lewis immediately to ask if he should come home. David Lewis responded that he should not, but rather return the next day as planned. David Lewis used the insurance money to rebuild the mill, only 2 stories high but considerably longer in length. The fire in Cambrian Mills was the first of 7 suspicious fires in the mills in Drefach and the surrounding area, including mills at Frondeg and Myrios, owned by David Lewis's brothers, Daniel and John Lewis respectively. Not all mills were rebuilt after the fire, however. Insurance companies were becoming suspicious that the fires were not accidents and insisted that the mills were rebuilt. Myros was rebuilt in red bricks with the insurance monies paid in instalments as the work was carried out. Another 21 factories closed in Drefach, Felin and the surrounding area in the post-war period. Mill owners who had made vast profits from war contracts made no attempt to set their mills on a sound financial basis, content to bank the money or buy a seaside cottage.